Whoa.
I
She
don't know
said, "Am I
why
the only
that could
one
have
with
been.
no sound?"
I don't know why that could have been.
You sure you got your volume turned up?
I'm checking on it right now.
Okay, well, not you, but Stevie. It looked like we
Oh,
done froze. We can't be having no
no, we're not froze.
technical difficulties.
Oh, what happened? So, hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. I'm Tim.
And I'm Ray. This is the Grayscale Podcast. It's not always black and white.
That's so professional,
That was
bro.
very
We
professional.
just did it right, bro. That was
Nailed
awesome.
it. Did we lose our
Man,
page?
what?
Did we lose our page? Because
No.
I'm froze.
There was a switch that wasn't turned on, but I'm not
Okay.
going to tell you about
Okay.
that.
Don't tell me anything.
No, I would never.
I'm
I would
back
never
watching.
accidentally not turn on the equipment.
Yeah.
That
What
would
is you are the tech guy over here.
that would be
What's
ridiculous.
up, B?
All the lights weren't even on. I should have noticed.
Do you have sound
Golly.
now? It's watching. Do you have sound? I know how.
Stevie
Okay.
just getting on to you now.
Okay, you can hear us now. That works. Okay.
We're good now.
We're
It
good.
took
All
us
right.
2.5 minutes to figure out how to actually do the show.
Yeah,
Now we're good.
we're good.
So what was you telling?
We
You
almost
got
professional.
your sister-in-laws in
So
town.
sister-in-law's
Yeah.
in town.
So let's start back at that.
We had a couple weeks ago one of my nephew's birthday parties, so we went over to Just Jump. Got that in. That was a fun time.
Is that like a trampoline park?
Yeah, a little trampoline park.
Is that cool?
It's pretty cool.
Would I break my ankle?
No, you wouldn't break your ankle. I don't believe.
I might go to one.
I did some flips. Stevie did some flips, so I think you'll be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we had a little good time over there for an hour or so. And then like I said, rode the go karts today down there, Ray City. So it's been fabulous, man. Work's good, life's good, man.
Good.
How about yourself, man? How's the shop coming? I see you've been running 10 minutes with Tim out the shop.
I have, and that's actually one of the reasons that this wasn't on, because I had to bring the equipment back over here, and so I didn't have everything turned on. Really, but but yeah, man, the shop's going good. I've been busy. I worked last night. I was out delivering shirts last night after I printed yesterday all day until about 9 o'clock. I got home finally.
Nice.
And then today I went and painted a house all day today. So I'm like worn out, man.
Worn out.
Climbing up and down those ladders, man. It sucks.
Burning them cows.
Yeah,
burning them
worst.
cows.
Makes my ankles hurt. My big old ankles.
Speaking of burning cows, we got a great show lined up
do.
for you tonight. We got our man Dino in the building.
Yep.
My man Quandhino, fitness expert, coming through tonight. I know we had this show lined up for you guys, lined up for our audiences a few weeks ago. My man had to go get his teeth pulled. Anybody that's ever had a tooth pulled know that's an excruciating process.
I had 4 of them pulled one time.
Man, her teeth. I got wisdom tooth here, wisdom tooth at the top pulled out. You got the
Of course, I was
teeth
like
pain ain't nothing to play with.
Or something when I did that, but I had 4 teeth pulled at once.
That's tough, man.
When I had braces,
you was looking all snaggy tooth.
When I had to get braces, they had to pull like the back ones to make room for everything to move.
Yeah.
And he was like, maybe we'll pull like 2, and then you can come back and pull the other 2. And then they were like, once they got me like numbed up or whatever, they were just like, no, let's just go ahead and pull all 4 of them. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we'll just pull them all 4. It's fine. Don't worry.
You must have had insurance. You had to have insurance.
Dude, I don't know. I was a kid.
Yeah, you was a kid. They had insurance. They like, let's pull these teeth and get this money. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works.
Yeah.
It's
Ship
okay
them off
though.
to somebody. They send you $100 back. It is what it is. The
okay.
tooth fairy doesn't come if you get your teeth pulled out by the dentist. Did you ever notice that?
You don't get no money.
That's messed up.
It's got to fall out on its own. My son is waiting every time. Oh, daddy, my tooth is loose. The tooth fairy's gonna give me money. I said, damn, where does tooth fairy come?
Yo, we keep our windows locked. Tooth fairy can't get in, player.
Straight up. So, but again, we got a great show lined up for you tonight. We're gonna talk a little health and fitness, a little mental health behind it, and how taking care of the body also helps take care of the mind. So we're going to bring our man onto the show here in a few minutes, but we're going to touch on some of our current events. Current events. As everyone sees, which I'm going to have to update you, and we'll get our man Dino's opinion after we let him talk his talk. The rulings come down about Breonna Taylor.
Yes.
No charges.
I had a feeling we'd probably bring that up tonight.
Maybe. It's slight chance on this show. You know what I'm saying?
I was just like, we're probably going to talk about Breonna Taylor tonight.
Just a little bit,
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff happening with that.
So just a quick hit, and you guys can leave your comments as we talk. and we'll respond to those after we touch back on the subject after we let Dino talk his talk. But the ruling came down. No charges for the officers involved except one
That's
for
right.
wanton endangerment, which, for those of you that don't know, means that he was charged for discharging his weapon and bullets hitting other people's
Basically,
apartments.
he could have hurt someone
Right,
else.
he could have hurt someone else.
Yeah.
But no charges brought against any officer for what happened to Breonna Taylor. And they just released some body cam footage
Yeah.
of this situation as well. That's a
right.
little. I mean, it's kind of choppy. Leads to they with the verbiage that comes with it. A lot of skepticism from the SWAT team that came through about the scene and saying it was kind of unusual that certain things happen in the manner in which they happen. So a lot
I've
of
heard a lot of
weirdness
different
around this
stuff from a lot
case.
of different like ex officers
Yeah.
talking about how like if their crew would have done things that way, like there would have been some like things would have been done differently.
Right. So
a lot of people said that.
and to each officer his own. But at the same token, I'll give you my opinion. If you're gonna
I
bring
would
up,
love to hear it, Ray.
you know what I'm saying? First of all, the family settlement, and I made a post on
You
Facebook
did, yeah.
earlier. Like, once you take the money,
Yeah, it's
you
game
kind of
over.
sold the justice.
You're screwed.
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? And people say that's not true. I say, well, OJ went to trial
Yeah.
criminally. OJ got found not guilty of murder. Then Nicole's family took OJ to civil trial, and OJ had to give up damn near everything he owned.
Right.
So to tell me that you can't try to get justice before you get money is a false statement, because one of the most famous cases in America that happened.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So, but once you take the money, you're already kind of letting the people know that, hey, justice ain't really gonna get served.
Well, it's
here.
like it's the same. These are obviously a lot bigger than this, but it's like when something happens in a group of people go class action against a company,
right.
If that company sends you like if they send out a bunch of checks and you cash yours and then somebody takes them class action,
you don't
already
get
got
it.
paid, player. You're done.
And the perfect example is the BP oil spill.
Right.
When that happened out
Once you take that check,
they gave everybody the option of, hey, take this $5,000.
That's right.
But with it came a contract saying that
you
if
can't
a
sue us
class
for anything
action
else.
came on down the road, you can't sue us for anything
1,000%.
else.
That's right.
So you took your 5,000 or whatever your payout was, and that was it.
That's it. You get paid one time.
Justice is sold. So that's my take on that. I mean, where we go from here. Still believe reform needs to take place.
I agree.
We'll talk about that a little bit later.
About that a little bit today, actually, with somebody. Yep.
So, and then in other news, I saw this bill, which I'm still reading about.
I'm just a bill.
Which I put you on today.
You did. I hadn't heard about it.
Trump trying to pass this bill for $500 billion to make organizations to add $500 billion to the cause for Black America, to make organizations like Antifa and the KKK terrorist organizations, and to make lynching a hate crime, which
I don't understand how that's not a hate crime.
We both said, how is this not a hate crime already? I mean, you got to really hate somebody,
bro,
to put their neck around the noose. I mean,
I had to point something out that's funny. I know we're talking about lynching, and that's like a super serial thing, a super serious thing. But the auto-generated captions on the video, literally typed out 500 billion with all the zeros instead of like 500 billion. It had it had like 35 zeros. I was like, all right, yeah, 500 billion. I guess I'm just gonna keep saying 500 billion, so it has to keep doing it.
Just do it.
Yeah, it'll be funny.
So y'all make sure y'all look into that bill. If you watching, look at it. We're gonna get back into that later, but I think we can. You want to bring our man Dino on?
Let's just get Dino in here.
Let's get Dino in here and see what my boy.
I feel like we're just rambling. We ran out of stuff to say.
A little bit.
Man, this guy here break people's
Scoring up.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was leaning.
Make sure you flip the switch on your mic.
All right.
And then make sure you're close enough to it. Because we're gonna have to. What's up? Quandhino.
Quandhino.
Thanks for having me.
We pronouncing that correctly, right?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. Gosh, you told me how to say it. I hope
Well, I'm hoping I'm saying it right.
Yeah, that's right.
How you doing, my man? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, you know I'm tired.
We finally got you here. Yeah. I know you tired because on the way here I'm asleep.
Yeah,
I'm like, hey, sleep.
Gym for probably like
right, yeah, we can hear
4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, that's a long time, man. What you doing in the gym for 4 or 5 hours, man? Well, you can tell us about it here in a second, man.
You know what I mean? You got to put in work.
Yeah, you got to put that work in.
Got to put that work in.
So again, good people out there, we have my man Quandhino here. He's going to tell us a little bit about himself, how he got into fitness, and drop a few jewels, a few tips for the people that work for him, may not work for you, but some things that he's got going on that are more active and a little bit more healthy. We ain't claiming to be no experts. We ain't professionals like that. But
I will delete this video real fast. I didn't say anything.
Definitely trial and error and personal experience. So I'll turn the floor over. Dino, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, brother.
Give us the comic book origin story.
Yes.
Issue number 1 of Quandhino.
It's Ty Jorge Farquharson.
Farquharson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was raised by a single mom, so kind of stick to the female side of how to live, But I got into fitness at a young age.
Before you finish, I'm sorry, that accent. Where you from?
I'm from Jamaica.
Jamaica, okay, brother. That's what people know. I know they like that accent.
I'm from Jamaica, but I got into fitness real young. Like when I was like 6. I played a lot of soccer, a lot.
Yeah.
And I still play. I got soccer to play tomorrow.
There you go.
But I got into when I really got into fitness probably 8 years ago when it comes to actually lifting weights. You know what I mean? But in terms of bodybuilding, I want to say I got into it probably 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Plus, it's kind of hard for me to, it's kind of hard for people to look at me and be like, hey, he's a bodybuilder because, he's small. Because I'm not on steroids. I'm not on any type of drugs or nothing. It's just all natural. You know what I mean? And for me, I think it's pretty good because I've been to places and people ask if I'm on steroids. You know what I mean? I left the gym.
What you taking?
Yeah. Yeah, what you take?
If you have half a muscle, people think you're.
How you get that?
Yeah. You know what I mean? That's the thing, And I was in Walmart and this guy saw me. He wanted a card. He was like, "Hey, can I get a card, please?" And I pulled it out for him. He was like, "Man, what you want, man? You want steroids?" I'm like, "Nah, man.
I'm on spinach."
Yeah. Yeah. Nah. He was like, "Man, you swole as hell."
Yeah.
I was like, "Man, I'm not on steroids, nothing like that." And plus, I don't really take supplements either. All I take is protein shake. I mean, a vegan pre-workout. That's it. I just eat right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Surplus, but it's what I have to do to gain it naturally.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
And it is possible. So you say you got into fitness about 8 years ago. Was there a trigger or something was there, in your life about fitness, in terms of your body shape at the time?
Like I said, I played a lot of soccer since age 6. When I was 16, 17, a car hit me and pinned me under a bus.
Wow.
And my entire left side was broken.
Ooh,
I couldn't walk for a year and 6 months.
Wow.
And the doctors, I had a conversation with my doctor, Mr. Jones, and he car. That's what everything. And you turned away and tried to get away from it. He said I would have died if I didn't try. You know what I mean? Yeah. But he said you tried to turn away and jump out of the, you know what I mean? The car was coming at 150 something miles per hour.
Yeah.
That's fast.
Yeah.
Oh. You know what I mean? all I remember was looking to my right and looking to the headlights. That's all I remember. You know what I mean? I was but this happened in Jamaica.
Okay.
And nobody knew. Everyone, because I had a huge like soccer like thing going for me. You know what I mean? And that dream got shattered.
Right.
Unfortunately, nobody's gonna like take me up with screws and plates in my legs. So I was more like a liability than an investment. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what, man? I like staying fit. You know what I mean? I like looking lean. I'm gonna just keep on doing my thing.
So it's the athlete in you.
Yeah,
it's like,
just the athlete in me just saying, our car kind of like swerved over into me. And when the ambulance came, they were looking at me like, man, do you work out? I was like, bro, this ain't the time to ask me if I work out. I'm like, I'm in pain. You know what I mean? My like everything hurts, bro. Yeah, like everything hurts. I'm like, man, I ain't got time for that.
If you go, can I get the bicep? Like save me.
But he was he was like you can ask the doctor. The doctor was like, if you work out, stay fit, when you get in an accident, you have a 45% chance of surviving that accident.
Better
than people.
Absolutely.
And then I was like,
Tupac survived a lot of
training, because I'm never gonna stop riding motorcycles. Hell no. You know what I mean? That's I'm a motorcycle person. You know what I mean? So that staying lean. You know what I mean? Like this is my first time actually eating surplus to gain muscle.
Right.
So that's just what kept me in it.
That's what's
you know
up.
What I mean?
So what's a day in the life of fitness with Dino? Like, how Dino get up in the morning and prep himself for a day of bodybuilding? You know what I'm saying? And what time Dino getting started in the morning? What time Dino finish?
You don't say nothing about no 3 o'clock like this man.
Well, honestly, for me, like I grind late. Like sometimes I'm up. I have a YouTube channel, so sometimes when I'm up, I try thinking about how can I make this work? How can I make it happen? So like this morning, I was up by probably like 4 or something.
Yeah.
I was telling my wife, like, go get up. She was like, man, let me sleep. You know what I mean? Like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
And I was my daughter was in the bed with us too. And I got up, I woke her up because I was like, I ain't gonna wake up by myself.
Yeah.
I mean, I was being selfish.
Yeah.
But like for me, I'll like let's say on a Saturday, like on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I get up real early, probably like 4:35, eat breakfast, get my mind ready just to go to the gym, because I know I'm gonna be there for a long time.
Right.
Because I know I don't have work the next day.
Yeah.
So, but like if I know I have work like Monday through Friday, I'll probably get up. Now, I mean, I'll probably go to the gym like in the evening hours. You know what I mean? So and that's one of the main reasons why I started the whole YouTube and trying to come up with merch and stuff like that, because I want to like invest everything I have in myself.
Yeah.
I want to invest all that time into my.
You have to.
Yeah, I mean my
career,
like you know. I mean, my fitness and everything like that. Because when I look at it, I'm like, yo, I could use this 8 hours to make a video, edit the video, upload the video. You know what I mean? And not just because editing skills not like superb. I could just
right.
I could edit.
Start doing it.
Yeah, I could edit a video in 1 hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With all the essentials to it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, that 8 hour could do so much.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? So as soon as everything goes right, like I'm just gonna invest everything. You know, because I'm not a flashy dude. I don't like the expensive clothes. I don't like that type of stuff.
So
I feel you.
I buy some pretty workout stuff.
Oh yeah. You gotta. Hey, if you're gonna play good, you gotta look good.
Yeah.
So
You know what I mean?
you say early is an essential part of
Yeah.
with their fitness program.
Yeah.
Would you let you knock them out the way and have time to do these early? So even if
I think is like the best thing you do. You know what I mean? Especially if you want to get ahead of your competition. You know what I mean? And not saying you should be competing with people, but yourself.
Life is a competition.
But life is a competition.
Life
You
is
know
a
what I mean? Like you said it. You know what I mean? And regardless of what people say, you have people that you have to compete against. You know what I mean? When I look at it, I'm like,
you might not think about it that way, but
yeah.
the next person gonna be like, shit, I got a early bird get the worm.
Exactly. That's been working on longer than I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if I got to get up and if I got to get up at 4 and getting some extra calories for the day, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So waking up early kind of put you ahead of, you know what I mean, people who still sleeps to like 8, 9 o'clock.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed. I mean, you got a whole 3-4 hours on them.
Yeah.
They ain't even realizing shit. Japan been up for about 12 hours already.
Exactly. I had a cold, and she was like, "Get up in the mornings, inhale the fresh morning breeze, and you'll be fine."
Yeah.
And I did that for like 2 days, and my cold was gone.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? And ever since she told me that when I was going to high school, I never stopped doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if I'm taking
I
came to work, I just get the window down and be like, hey, my wife would be like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, get some of this fresh air. That's what I'm doing.
Real.
You know what I mean?
You got to, man.
But it's him,
Steve,
and Steve Harvey said it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
he's smart dude. I like Steve Harvey.
Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? 5, 4, 6 minimum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
you got to train yourself to sleep on less.
You said that just now, and he's not wrong. But I also heard a good interview. Yeah. And he talks about how like he does sleep, 8 hours a day. Like he gets enough sleep, but it's a matter of like how hard you're working while you're awake.
Yeah.
You can sleep for 8 hours.
I can see. I have something to say about that because I'm sure Gary Vee. I heard Gary Vee said it, and he said, "Yo, I get my 8 hours sleep."
Yeah.
But I look at it like this: you getting your 8 hours sleep now because you know what I mean, and that goes back to that's why I never
before you get there.
Yeah, before you get there.
You
know what I mean? That should be the question. Before you get to the point where you at, do you used to get 8 hours sleep?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
That's what I want to ask you.
That's
you know what I mean? Because right now, Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos can take 8, 9, 10, 12 hours.
Sure.
Sleep.
They can sleep money. They can sleep for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Might be able to sleep for a whole month.
Exactly. Jeff Bezos
get in the freeze chamber.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Jeff Bezos can wake up and be like, you know what, I'm gonna save for a Lamborghini because the money he makes off is the real question is
that's true.
Right now.
It's individualized too. Like you have a goal, right? And you want to achieve that goal. And if what you have to do to achieve that goal is stay up until midnight and wake up at 4, then that's what you have to do.
Yeah, that's what you have
and
to
as
do.
long as your body and your mind can handle it, then by all means, right? So
that's very true.
Yeah,
that's very true.
So tell me, when you do hit the gym, like how do you attack your body parts? Like, for somebody like me, I go to the gym, on a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, I'll do bicep, tricep, chest, shoulders.
Yeah.
And then on Monday, Wednesday, I'll do, or Wednesday, Sunday, I'll just do it in back building. But say for your average person, like it's smart to attack as many body parts, or it really just depends on, or does it really depend on what you're looking for in terms of building and or shredding?
Yeah, but it all depends on what your goal is.
Right.
You know what I mean? So let's say, for example, Tim goes in the gym.
Fat?
No,
I'm playing.
But you know what I mean? He want to turn all that into fat. I'm into muscles.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, like, there's different ways of going into it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, for, let's say he want to lose weight. Like, you know, you got to implement a lot of cardio, a lot of strength training. You know what I mean?
Now,
So,
can he implement cardio with weights?
Absolutely.
yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
In fact, that's what that should do.
Like cardio by itself cannot let you lose weight.
Right.
You know what I mean? It will, but it's a long process.
Right.
Time.
You know what I mean? Because look at it, when you doing strength training, like, it takes a lot
To exert yourself.
to exert yourself to that level where you're gonna burn so much calories. You'd be like, well, I'm gonna do this now because I lost a lot more weight doing strength training than when I'm on the treadmill.
Right.
With me, I'm telling you straight up, if you, depending on what your goal is, but if your goal is to lose weight, you're gonna do a lot of explosive workout, a lot of cardio, a lot of strength training with me. If you want to lose weight, you're not gonna just go come in there and do some of the fancy rope work and some fancy ladder work or whatever that is. That's not how I'm gonna put it. You know, because my goal if I'm gonna be your personal coach, my goal is to get you what I'm myself.
Right.
I'm to that go get you myself.
That's right.
Because if I can make you have the results,
You're gonna tell somebody else.
you're gonna tell somebody else like, yo,
That's right.
it was Dino that helped me with it. You know what I mean? Because, like, I know we're going off point, but I know a lot of trainers who bullshit people. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if I could curse, but
You can do whatever you want, player.
But
we're not censored over here.
but coaches that basically BS people just to keep them
We know
just
Planet
keep
Fitness to the gym.
I hope
on
that's
Wednesday.
V Day.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, man. That's
how you attack it.
Yeah, that's how you attack it,
So,
man.
because you say you spend about 3 hours in the gym a day.
Yeah, probably like 3-4.
So what did you work on?
I was there like 7, and I left at 11:40.
So what did you work on
Yeah.
the gym today?
So today I worked on legs and I worked on shoulders.
Okay, so you do a leg and shoulders. So
knees and toes.
It's kind of two big body parts.
Yeah.
But shoulders kind of a secondary big body part. It's not like working on your chest.
Yeah,
which is a major.
but see, let me tell you.
Yeah.
When you all right, so men's physique, you get judged from your waist up.
Right.
So
The
bro,
tech.
yeah. So 3D shoulders is definitely a must.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? The abs, the back, stuff like that. Now the way I see it, when I go in the gym, I tell myself, like, you have undeveloped parts you gotta work on.
Right.
Like, some people look at you like, oh, your back is, you know, when I spread my back, it's like, yo, you got a cobra going on.
Yeah.
I look at it like, nah, man, I gotta.
Me and Tim don't know what a cobra is.
I know that.
Yeah.
So
I always gonna play hard.
So
I'm like, yeah.
So you know when you spread your back and your lats spread out,
Yeah.
that's what they call a cobra. 'Cause you know when a cobra gets up and
Oh, yeah.
so that's what they call a cobra.
Okay.
So people are like, yo, because even my cousin, like, he's my rifle trainer.
Yeah.
I'm Javid, Virginia. So when I go back to Virginia, and Javid, matter of fact, Javid is on that type of stuff. I was more like a cardiac.
Shout out to the Cubs.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Shout out to Javid because he got me into it. You know what I mean. But like for me, man, when I go in the gym, like today, I was like, I got a lot of undeveloped parts I got to work on. You know what I mean? Because like I said, people has been working out longer than I.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some people been on steroids, drugs, got off it, got the muscle gains they need and lay off. You know what I mean? Let that cycle turn over, so it's out. So I look at it like, yo, I gotta put in extra work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Got to. Yeah, you gotta work hard. Yeah, you know what I mean?
And you putting all of this work in for a little bit about that competition that you're gonna be participating in.
Well, he's like the main person behind it. So he just keeps me updated, you know what I mean? And plus, you know, the whole COVID-19 stuff going on. Right
Yeah.
What's
now,
this?
So it's an all
COVID-19?
natural.
What is that?
Yeah. So it's an all natural bodybuilding
Yeah,
competition.
it's an all natural body competition.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are they going to be doing like testing
Yeah.
before?
Yeah.
Okay, just to make sure
just to
people
make sure.
aren't.
Yeah.
You can't be like, I'm all natural.
Yeah, I'm all
Yeah.
natural. You see
Yeah,
these
you
cuts?
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's your dude coming there. I'm natural, bro. So
Yeah.
it's
Like a weight class, because sometimes you can have an all natural 6'4", 240-pound type of dude.
see. I think it's going to be a weight class based on what my cousin saying.
Yeah.
It's going to be a weight class. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because like I said, if you have like a guy that's 6'2" with pure
Right.
muscle, that's
Yeah,
and a guy like
yeah.
me who's
His muscles
who's
obviously going to
5'10".
be bigger.
Exactly.
I mean, you can't
You know what I
compete
mean?
with
Plus he
somebody
has-
that's
exactly. You know what I mean?
has a natural bigger body.
Exactly, and if you even keep up with the whole bodybuilding industry right now, Breon and other
I'm not familiar.
Breon and this other dude been going back and forth because basically they're saying they are picking somebody else because he got more followers on Instagram.
Oh, right.
And because he's tall. And
Our
stuff like that.
weightlifters out there, if y'all know anything about these bodybuilders, y'all chime in.
Yeah, I know the one dude is Breon. I forgot what the other dude is.
Yeah.
He's a white guy. But the thing is, have like immense physique.
Yeah.
I think when you talk like extremely good, I think that's what we're gonna want to look at.
Yeah.
I mean, because you see, like, let's go out. So I see a short dude that's 5'6". You know what I mean? All this muscle, he's just gonna look like a little thumb. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? He's just gonna look
It's kind of weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it is.
Sure. Right.
Look at Kai Green.
Yeah.
Kai Green is defined to the bone. I've never seen Kai Green in a competition that he doesn't look fit or stick. You know what I mean? But if you go to
DNA's a bitch.
Yeah,
It is.
Ain't got it.
Yeah.
because you gotta put a lot of people you gotta put a lot of things in perspective. Like there's no comparing. You know,
Yeah.
look at Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah.
Ronnie Coleman had
We're gonna have
that
to look
height.
some of these people up and show
Oh,
chalk.
well,
I don't
actually,
know
saying
about
Ronnie
them.
Coleman.
Yeah.
I know I've heard some of those names before, just because I have been in the fitness industry
Yeah.
for so long. So
some
like,
of them
I do know some
I
of the
know
names,
that one
but-
for sure, but he's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just not
Ronnie.
into
I like to
the
watch
vein.
World's Strongest
Yeah,
Man.
yeah, I do watch
Yeah,
it, but
you know
I'm
what I
like, I
And the
can never
CrossFit
take
games.
the
I'm a
steroids to
CrossFit
get there.
junkie.
But let me tell you what's the funny thing about that, man. Ronnie Coleman was gifted genetically. He was like genetically gifted. Ronnie Coleman, remember when I watched the documentary? People who used to compete with Ronnie was like, Ronnie was competing for years and he was natural.
Yeah.
A lot of people, like, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? Because when you look at Ronnie in his natural like state, you be like, that guy these steroids, man.
Yeah.
Right.
But he had like genetically he was gifted.
Yeah.
And when I found out he was competing against these big dudes, all natural, I was like, yo, that's one of the things. Ronnie Coleman's my favorite bodybuilder, and that's one of the things that kind of like pushed me to be like, bro, don't ever give up. Like, not because you're going on natural, like, don't ever give up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Ronnie Coleman, it should. I should say it should. You know what I mean? But on that, millions out. Let me tell you, everybody, like,
sorry,
like for people that wants to get in fitness,
Dang it.
like for people who really want to get in fitness, I tell people this one. Like people who have been in this like shit for years, long before we were even born.
Yeah.
Come on TV and tell you straight up, like you take steroids, that's basically hitting 25 years of your life.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, if I have any type of common sense, and I look at my kids, my wife.
Right.
You're trying to spend as much time as possible.
I want to spend as much time as possible with them. Like Ronnie Coleman right now is walking like a old man on a stick. And Ronnie Coleman is only like 50, 53, 54.
Yeah.
And Dr.
It's rough, man.
Yeah.
You have to be the change.
Yeah. And steroids, the steroids he was taking break him down. All that heavy weight he was doing. You know what I mean? Because you have all them big muscles. Ronnie Coleman was a strong dude.
We hear what they say it does to the penis. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
But
yeah, man. And this is the funny part. You go to a bodybuilding show, and you see these big dudes, in your head, you're like, damn, they're healthy. You know what I mean? But really and truly, they're not.
Right.
Mike Rashid.
There's a difference between being healthy.
Mike Rashid.
Believe it or not, I'm healthy.
You are. Healthier than somebody take pump of steroids.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I mean? Because Mike Rashid, huge guy as well. You know what I mean? And he said it. He said, "Yo, I've been training for you." Like I said, my Mike Rashid arm is probably like all three of us. Show you how big this dude is.
If y'all like my wife, y'all googling all these names.
You know what I mean? Mike Rashid had a video. Let me go watch it. And he said it himself. He was like, "Yo, I thought I was healthy until."
Yeah.
So now he went all vegan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now he started doing boxing. Now he
So my kidney fell out my ass.
All that type of stuff. You know what I mean? And he said, I look healthy on the outside.
But inside, he
was eating up.
He messed up that temple, man.
And now, if you look at him now and look at him back in the day, you can tell the difference because he lost a lot of weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He lost a lot of weight. And I think look at Rich Piana, he abused steroids.
I do know that name.
You know what I mean? Rich Piana abused steroids.
Yeah.
His heart exploded.
Not good.
You know what I mean?
Did stuff like that encourage you to be all natural, or did you just like decide from the very beginning? Like,
see, I decided like I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I've like
in the back of your mind somewhere there had to be like I need an advantage.
Yeah,
right?
Like in the back
if
of my
I'm really gonna compete. Like,
compete. I'm gonna have to be on that shit. I'm gonna have
to.
I'm gonna have to be on some serum, some you know what I mean, some hormones, something.
I'm already behind.
You know what I mean?
And I'm trying to catch up.
Yeah, but
and there's only so many hours in the day, and I got a wife and kids.
Exactly.
And I gotta, I need to be in the gym and like.
Yeah, but
so
even if it's
hit that advantage and like.
Yeah. But in the back of my head, I'm like, nah, because I never wanted to be that big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So many people, and like I was telling Ray, I was like, if I can like encourage one person, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't have to encourage a million. I just want to encourage one person. You know what I mean? Because if I can reach to one person, I'm saving one life.
Saving a life.
You know what I mean?
Paying forward.
Yeah, because if you look at even the growth on YouTube, like people want to see big dudes lifting heavy shit. You know what I mean? But at the same time,
I want to see their nose bleed when they I want to see
all that heavy lifting you back in the day, he lost his leg because of what they were taking.
Yeah.
But the inside, you dying. So when it comes to physique.
Yeah.
Because his physique was more waist, the abs, inside was dying.
Yeah.
Because
you're putting inside.
Yeah. And Ronnie Coleman got on steroids because of him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're both suffering from it now. Ronnie Coleman was like, man, how the hell are you winning all these competitions?
Yeah.
And he told Ronnie Coleman straight up, like, you wanna
put this injection, this stuff.
He said, you wanna be with the big boys, you got to do what the big boys
The
do.
big boys do, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's um, a shift happening in the bodybuilding world to be more natural, or do you think people are still kind of in that steroid? No, but do you think? Yeah.
Honestly, I think I know.
Okay.
I could be right. You might never know. But let me tell you what it is, man. People starting to realize that you take steroids, that's you taking a risk with your life.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And Rich Piana,
That's right.
you know what I mean? So Gymshark, even the Gymshark athletes, like there was a huge Greg Duchet dude on YouTube. He tell you straight up, yeah, I'm on steroids.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna start calling people out that's on steroids and not being truthful. Because if I look like an Amazon warrior, muscles all defined, abs 2-inch thick, and I come on the internet and say, hey, listen, man, I got some
exactly. False advertising.
You know what I mean? Exactly. And if I can give you something that I've tried and make you look good as me or better, I won't feel comfortable doing it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the Gymshark athletes take steroids, you know what I mean? Have a good cycle of it. Know how to take it. I think, let me tell you, I think there's a switch that's more knowledgeable. You know what I mean?
We know a little bit more about
exactly.
steroids now than we used to, and so we know something
exactly
and not abuse it a little bit.
because a lot of people is like, if you look at like Matt Fitness, like these Gymshark athletes, these dudes look like people from a comic book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They look like dudes from a comic book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Muscles defined,
right?
Like threaded, like dude, his ribs look like muscles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what it is. I think
there's 6 packs on the side.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Oh, my 6 packs got 6 packs.
Yeah. Exactly. You know what I mean? So I think there's a switch in it, but I think it's just, I think they're just doing it a little, like they're smart about it.
They're just being smarter, yeah.
You know what I mean? So sense. I think that's what it is. And Greg Duchet says it all the time. You know what I mean? You have so many people claiming, oh, I'm natural. Because if I claim I'm natural and I sell you a program, you're gonna be like, shit, I spent $79 on this motherfucker. I'm gonna look like that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? But really and truly, it's not happening. Yeah. You're gonna get some muscle definition.
Yeah.
But you're gonna get in better shape.
Yeah.
You're never gonna
look like that. And people buy programs in order to look like you. Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because when they sell a program, they said these are my personalized programs that I have put together.
You're selling the image that you are putting in front of the people. Too.
Exactly. So I think that's just what it is, man.
Even if you put some sort of, asterisk and put a clause in there that says, all results not typical. You know what I mean? And all that. People are still looking at that image of you and going, that's what I want to look like. So that's what I'm going to buy for sure.
Wayne!
Yes, sir.
What's that FSU score?
Woo!
I already cut in like that. People, when I seen Wayne, and I had to ask him. My prayers did not work.
Oh, gosh.
My prayers
Ray got distracted. He stopped praying.
I stopped praying. I was on the podcast.
Right after they got the fun on the club, they tried some trickeration, and Blackman handed it off, and manhandled, and he threw it, and they got intercepted. Oh, we heard you yell.
Sorry for them FSU, man.
It's gonna be a bad year.
Bad year. So
again.
Oh yeah, but so if that was okay, say for a beginner out there, Dino, somebody that's just struggling, can't get their mind right, can't wrap their mind around it. I mean, if there's, in terms of helping that one person, like, one point or a tip that you can give somebody that may help them get motivated and get started.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What's a good first step?
What's a good first, just in general, for somebody at the gym? You know what I mean? Like, so is that something that they can just do in their at home or in their own daily life?
Follow when it comes to like questions like that, and you never know until you start. You know what I mean? You won't know what the end is gonna be like until you start.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the main thing. When you start, you have to stay consistent.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you can't expect to open a business and you say, okay, then I have the name, I have the location. Shit, that's all I need.
Good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So
you can't.
Now you gotta
it's
work.
like rolling out of bed. Like,
You know what I mean?
would you say is that the first thing you should do if you want to like get into the mind state of a workout? Like, maybe do 10 jumping jacks or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
I tell people, get moving.
I tell people like go for a walk. You know what I mean? You wake up in the morning, like just go for a walk.
Do that before you do anything.
Yeah, and use that walk as a meditation session.
Right.
You know?
Okay, see, that's good advice.
Yeah.
Right there, like,
you know what I mean? Use that walk as a meditation session. And you just tell yourself, like, all right, when I go back home, I'm going to just leave, go straight to the gym. Importantly, know what you want first. Don't just be like, all right, I'm going to get up. You know what I mean? Like, know exactly what
you got to have a plan.
You know what I mean?
What you looking for.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And I always tell people, man, see,
I want to lose 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, I always tell people, man, if you can invest or binge watch some shit on Netflix, you can do, like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna. You know what I mean? Like, people need leisure time. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
But if you have to dedicate yourself to it. You know
what
I mean? Like you have to you have to do them, and that's very true. You have to do them. You know what I mean? So my advice would be like, yo, first know exactly what you want, stay consistent, don't give up. You know what I mean? Because nothing in life is easy. You know what I mean? If you don't put your mind to it, you're never gonna achieve it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of people wasn't born rich.
Right.
A lot of people work hard for it.
They had to.
So
I think there's a statistic somewhere that say, X percentage of first time millionaires are like first generation. Millionaires in this age are like first generation millionaires.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like 30%, whatever the hell the percentage is of new millionaires are first generation millionaires. So they had to work for that. Not everybody was born into that money. We got about a hot 9 minutes left. We'll give it to him twice. I like to give it to him once because we're not gonna make you take your shirt off and nothing up right now. So if y'all want to see,
I thought we were gonna do that.
That's a little bit.
Let's all take our shirts off.
Little preview. Want to see you flip too, and I know you got workouts to get themselves, fit and in the right position. So if you will, we'll drop them now and drop them at the end of the show. Let the people know where they can find you on YouTube, Instagram.
You can find me on Instagram at Dino DINHO _fitness _11. That's on Instagram. And on YouTube you can find me by Quandhino. That's QUANDINHO. And if you want to find me on Facebook, you can find me at QUANDINHO Farquharson, FARQUHARSON.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like I said,
I was writing that down.
I hope y'all was writing that down, and you can just go ahead. Once we share this, hit that backslide and
that's right. You can all just go hard on repeat.
Like I know I've seen it. He shows some workouts that he does in some of his training sessions. With some of his clients, as well as dropping some tips on there about how you can get fit. And he's always always posting pictures and flexing, and I was like, damn, I'm slacking.
If I see anybody do anything, I'm like, damn.
And while we always like to get their opinions because we are a current events show.
Yeah.
I think we're officially deeming ourselves that.
Yeah.
That we
might as well.
And so we like to cover things that are happening, what's happening now, you know.
That's kind of the idea
so,
originally.
Yeah. So before we brought you on, you know, we were talking about the Breonna Taylor situation. So I'd like to get your take on that as well as, you know, what's going on in our country. You can speak your mind to the people and your potential new fans here. You know, because there was another young boy, white boy with autism, shot by the police here recently after his mother called and said that they, you know, needed some assistance and her son needs to be taken to the hospital. So again, I say that to point out that, you know, when we talk about these things, it's not a black and white thing. For us on this show, for us on this show, I know I struggle when the people established. Media likes to portray things to spark racial tension.
Do they?
But we also know that when shit goes down and, you know, the darkies get tired, that the darkies gonna rise up and say
I can't laugh at that. Am I supposed to laugh at that?
You know what I'm saying? So when people start saying, well, it happens to us too, it's like, well, you should come and complain with us. Because it's been happening to us for a long time.
Apparently lynching is now a hate crime.
It's now a hate crime.
All of a sudden.
Some situations at hand and what we're going through in these trying times, and I mean, it's not to us, but all of our sports athletes, even in the soccer world, are dealing with this now.
So, first of all, you know, I mean, what's his name again? Floyd is who is sparking another huge problem in America. But let me tell you something, man. Stuff like this happens everywhere.
Right. And you're from Jamaica, so that's why another reason I want that.
There's so many times you call it, you know, you guys call it hood, you call it ghetto, same shit. You come in and kill innocent people and get away. It's not a white on white crime, or a white on black crime. This is how shit is. But here, you know, man, first and foremost, man, I don't think we should be running around here talking about Black life, man. For my and the reason I said that is because we shouldn't have to protest that our life matter. That's the way I see it. You know what I mean? Like, you should know, like shit, like, we go to the same restaurants, like, we go to the same shopping center, like, these niggas matter, you know what I mean? And
we don't use that word on this show.
Oh, my bad.
I don't use that word on this show for sure.
But I think even your brothers and sisters, your mom will tell you, like, yo, separately and apart, you're weak, but if you stand together, you're stronger.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think America lacks unity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The divided states.
Let me tell you something,
we need to be united.
Let me tell you something. And this is something that I noticed living in Jamaica, right? I'm gonna go on the black community, like black people. You know what I mean? Let's talk about that too. Don't just talk about, oh yeah, white people. Yeah, it's wrong. But my mom always told me, in order to fix outside, you have to fix inside first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're not just gonna go out there and help a million people when you know you have to help what's inside your house, your wife, your kid, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's wrong. Like, don't get me wrong. These men are doing is like wrong. You know what I mean?
Obviously, what goes on in the inner cities and the black communities, which we speak out on this show about and always touch on, is that the biggest difference is one is tried and convicted and found guilty of their crimes, when the other is not.
You know what I mean?
And that when it's an authoritative figure brought into this area to protect one,
and one is being paid to protect you,
exactly,
not to kill you,
not to kill you. So,
but
that's the biggest difference. But in terms of people saying, well, Black lives should matter to Black people, I think for the most part, I think they do. And I think senseless violence happens everywhere.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it's also just like a big old snitching thing in the hood. But also,
which is bullshit, by the way.
It is, and when you have people living in such poverty, it creates that type of environment. So when people start talking about defunding the police, it's not get rid of. It's to reallocate some of that money to some of these inner cities. You know, we giving them welfare and this, but if we could reallocate some of these funds to actually have better parks, to actually have you know, a better community with a little bit more artsy, you know. And I know people vandalize things and do things like that, but that's when your community, the government say we doing this and doing that, and your community can pull together and fix these things up. But you know, Los Angeles Sheriff's Department getting $1.7 billion last year, and funding is, I mean, like damn, where'd y'all do $1.7 billion? You know what I mean? I mean, that's a lot of money. When you consider what goes on in some of these departments. And it's not from me, it's from whistleblowers in these own departments. So
see, even with the whole like Breonna Taylor situation, man, remember, a white lady called a cop in a similar situation, right? And the cop, like, you driving up a dead end and somebody just popped out. Like, you got a call that there's a man with a gun trying to rob you, and you going up an alley, dark as hell. Somebody popped out of nowhere. As a firearm owner, the first thing you're gonna do is probably pull and shoot. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what happened to him. And he, after killing that white lady, that's what happened. He wasn't lying. You know what I mean? And they didn't show any mercy on him. Right. So why these cops got mercy for murdering Breonna Taylor? Right? And why it took so long for them to lock that cop up that killed George Floyd? You know what I mean? Why Elijah killer never got what he deserved? Why it took a riot for them to get what they deserve? You know what I mean? But it didn't take you 2 minutes to breathe properly to show these black people in prison a cop at that point for murdering a white lady. You know what I mean? So regardless of what we want to say, the system is always going to be unfair. The cops wasn't. Remember, back in the days, the police wasn't created to help black people. Catchers. Exactly.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So you still have So and remember, they say like, yo, you know what I mean? That's what we here for. You know what I mean? And a lot of you gotta understand, because are police officers. You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of people don't understand. You know what I mean? But like I said, there's not really much we can say about it, because regardless of what we say, what we think, it's always going to be the same.
And what's interesting about that is the new bill that Trump's trying to pass, which would make those affiliations with those type of organizations terrorist acts, or deem those organizations like Antifa, KKK terrorists. organizations. I think about it. Does it drive people more? You know what I mean? And like, just change.
Well, you know, like back in the day after 9/11, you kept hearing about all these sleeper cells.
Right. Sleeper cells
of the terrorists.
Al Qaeda.
They were in the United States already, and you know, is that what you end up with?
Sleeper cells.
If that kind of thing passes, is like, because like, or black people that don't like white people or whatever. Like,
only beef.
It's just it's not going, at least for a long time.
Right.
It's not going anywhere.
It's not.
And as long as there's black people that don't like white people and white people that don't like black people and so on and so forth, there's going to be groups of those people
that click together.
That's right, because those are the type of people you go hang out with if that's the type of person that you are. And so there's always going to be, it might not be an organization, but there's always going to be
responsibility. In those situations. Peace. No, that's what I'm saying. It's their duty to liberate us as people that's overturned these laws. She was, and again, I'm going to throw another shout out to Hamilton. Hamilton tried to do away with slavery before the inception of
America. The country even was established.
And, you know, there were people in the South that, you know, people still want to wait.
They tried to stop the slave trade.
They tried to stop the slave trade. They wanted
not necessarily get rid of slavery, but stop the slave trade.
Yeah, they wanted to. I mean, which would essentially pretty much end it
eventually.
And write that out of to separate what Britain had going on.
Correct.
To America. So we could have been 100 years ahead of the game.
This is interesting. Biden has an office for
like
47 years, which is like 20% of the time this country has
We were
existed.
just talking about that because we were like, imagine, say the war ended in 1785. Let's just say it.
Right.
And just say, 1885, 1995, 2005. That's 300 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, say Biden, just to give Biden 50 years, and because if he don't win the presidency, he's still going to be in politics some way, somehow. I'm like, out of 300 years, he's been in there. You were the vice president. You had the presidency.
You know what I mean? Make a change.
And some of the stories that come out about Biden when he foresight, and that's how I'm like,
want to say shit.
Man, Joe, the fact that people, especially in the black community, that just automatically vote Democrat is baffling to me. And you try to talk to some of these people, and they're just like,
or they think
straight up,
you automatically
I'm Crip. I'm blue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a Crip. I'm blue.
Yeah.
Forget the reds and the bloods over there. Like, they don't want to hear nothing. You know, even if it's about an independent, they ain't trying to hear nothing. No, I'm a Democrat. And it's like, we done for you.
Yeah, not enough.
I'm nice. I'm government in the field. But for you to be, and I'm not saying so entrenched with their party. I don't get it. It's mind blowing. I'm like, how are you this dedicated to these people?
As a kid, I was never into politics because I've seen what, you know what I mean?
And being from Watch Garvey at all times.
I told myself I don't ever want to be a part of that. You know what I mean? I don't want to associate myself. I'm not going to support you. I'm not going to do nothing. You know what I mean? And there's so many, like, I've seen so many things. I've heard so many things. And I know for a fact they have done these stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what?
I started thinking, which is why I registered this year. And, you know, Malcolm X was that way until the end. And he started to see the picture. And then it hit me like, we are the people that don't want to get involved are actually the people with the integrity.
Yeah.
And we are actually the people that need to get involved because we are the ones with the integrity and the logic. And we've been so upset by the foolishness that we just don't want to participate. But if you don't play the game, you can't beat King Cooper.
But I did like see.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, you know what? I hate it. I'm with you. It's so.
A lot of people look at it
bullshit.
like this. Like look at Dr. CP.
Yeah.
One of the greatest. He knew it all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he was like, he knew bullshit. A healthy man who got somebody pregnant at 75 years old dead. A healthy man never had any type of issue, sickness, nothing, and just end up dead. Found him dead.
More of us need to get involved, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what I mean?
I feel that now more than ever. The older I get, I'm like, the logical people have sat on the sidelines. And we refuse to play because we know it's bullshit.
Yeah.
But in order to swap out the bullshit, you have to play the game in order to
implement.
In order to implement some. Exactly.
Look at and see, man. I use a lot of people as example. Look at Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
He stepped up to the plate. What happened?
It's great leaders already.
It's automatic.
That's happened.
Yeah.
JFK, Martin Luther King,
Malcolm X.
Malcolm. You cannot be afraid of death because the moment you fear death is the moment you withhold what God has put on you to do and say.
Yep.
So as soon as you say, I think they're going to kill me if I say this, even though you know you have the platform to put a message that I said because you're afraid God has to take the power from you. God's got to start pulling his angels and soldiers from you because he's like, he who so loves the world lost his soul.
So, yep.
You know what I'm saying? Even listening to that new Lil Baby, it's like, Lil Baby scared to die. He living the life. You know, he'll come out with this song, but Lil Baby ain't gonna say what Lil Baby probably really done seen and heard.
Yeah. You know,
but as soon as you get that fear on you that I'm afraid to die, again, I go back to Bible verses. God told Abraham to take his son on that mountain to see if he would even kill his child for him.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you are afraid to do what's necessary, God gonna start pulling back the reins and say he ain't the one.
Yeah.
Else.
I tell my wife this like twice. That's planned for me. But you know what I mean? Like say I'm 28, man. You know what I mean? I'm still making mistakes.
Still baby.
You know what I mean? I'm still learning. In a marriage, I'm still learning. You know what I mean? And
we all are.
You know what I mean? And today, me and my brother.
End, I promise.
And me and my brother had a conversation today, and he was like, "Man, I know you're young. You know what I mean? I know you see a lot of girls out there that, you know what I mean? And now you're in this whole fitness thing. A lot of girls might, you know what I mean, shoot you a little DM. You might get a little hot-headed, try to say something slick to them or whatever. He said, remember who was always there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From the, remember what I've been together for 11 years. Since we were teenagers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
and that's the truth.
Yeah. And like I told my brother, I was like, yo, listen, man, I ain't got no time for no other female, man. You know what I mean? Whoever comes in my life right now is always.
It's funny because you know women don't sometimes believe that when it's like you might not want to do the freaky all the time because you like my mind is here right now and I don't even feel sexy right now because I'm thinking about something else. I'm married. We go through it and it's like when it's time, but sometimes it's just like my mind is thinking about, and it's funny because even people.
I gotta wash my hair.
But I'm like, I had no time for a wife because my mission was so strong.
Exactly.
And it's a fine balance because, especially once you have kids, it's like, I gotta have time for a wife because, I want my children to see that household grow up that way.
Yeah.
But it's sometimes like I guess it's the difference in genetics and DNA because women are so like home building and will clean that man, and want to take care of that man, but the man is so mission driven.
Yeah.
And sometimes those get crossed up.
Yeah.
You feel
True.
me? And the woman may not understand it. So you have to do a lot of explaining and a lot of, kissing up. But it's like it's really not you. And to say that, women are out there and there, but I don't know how many ways I can say like, oh.
Yeah.
Me too. 35 now. So at this point in life, it's like, how I get you to understand that person is like far removed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like you can't stop what thoughts pop in your mind, but it's not my intentions. I have no desire.
Yeah. See, one of my thing is like, when I was younger, I was like, yo, I gotta get that one.
Yeah.
I didn't have to speak. I didn't have to speak. They just like, he plays soccer. That's it. That's all I want to know. You know what I mean?
I should have played soccer.
You know what I mean? Now that I got older, I'm like, yo, man, I don't need that shit, man. I don't need that. You know what I mean? Right now, I'm thinking about I've wasted so much of my time when I was younger, and now that you to start making all these ideas you keep on coming up with, it's time for you to put it in place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because right now I have program coming up. You know what I mean? I'm starting a soccer training. You know, I play soccer, so I'm trying to. I printed the flyers and everything today. Me and my wife.
Yeah.
We're gonna print it out for soccer training for toddlers, all athletes. You know what I mean? If you want to get fast or stronger, just harder. I had to do that Monday because they said they couldn't get it today because of the machine was down. You know what I mean? So now all I'm thinking about is getting my going.
Makes the world a better place.
And start thinking about getting a house. You know what I mean?
Right.
I can see
grown man stuff.
Exactly. Grown man stuff.
You know what I mean? Business.
You know what I mean? And one thing,
that's big boy.
Like my mother would always say, like, "Yo, all of your brothers and sisters, you the only one that doesn't fantasize over fancy clothes and shoes." Yeah. Like she was like,
"I don't know, man. Them earrings pretty fly."
Nah, these are.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? But she was like, "You don't go for the expensive stuff, man. Let me tell you something."
Lamborghini hat.
Nah, it's a Ferrari. Ferrari. I mean, I don't go for that $200 shirt, man.
No, me either.
$500, I pay $59.99.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like that's not me, man. I'm thinking
I would say, Tim got money.
Man, so I wasted so much money, man. Now I'm thinking about, you know what I mean, getting out of, like, I don't want to live in apartments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want that stuff. I want to get a house so my daughter can run
Equity
down.
is the start of
building
wealth.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I want my dogs, you know what I mean? I don't want my dog to be locked in a cage. You know what I mean? Like, running up and down, people complaining about it on my daughter. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So, as I get older, man, I'm like, hey, man, you know, cut all that shit out, man. All them little dog ears female.
One good woman is worth 1,000 bit.
Hey, you know what I mean? And for people who watching this, like sometimes you're gonna meet somebody, you know what I mean, and it's gonna start off like God's not gonna just put something in your hand and say, "Hey, take all of it." You know what I mean? You have to go through stuff.
And if you believe that he took a woman from a man's rib and you think that was painless, you're a fool.
Dude just ripped out Adam's rib.
Come here.
Yeah, you have to go
That's
through
a
stuff,
painful
man.
thing. Think about surgery. That's a Hey, wasn't no painkillers back when that woman came out that rib. That was all blood.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you. So
you have to go through stuff, man.
That's a fact.
Have to, and that's how you learn. That's how you learn. That's how you grow. You know what I mean? And that's what happened to me. You know what I mean? I grew from growth. You know what I mean? I look at my wife, my daughter. I'm like, yo, shit, I got some. Now you have a purpose. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's just all it is. Man. My mother always tell me like, yo, you're not gonna find your reason for living until it comes. You know what I mean? Yeah. My mother turned me into a hoe.
Your mom must not sound smart. My mother said,
my mother is smart, miserable as hell, but smart.
She said miserable.
Yeah, you know, my mother told me like play the field. Yeah. She said one day you're gonna find somebody that's gonna make you stop dead in the middle of that field and not want to move.
And that's when you know, right? Like if you're out there hoeing around, and then all of a sudden you're like,
"This is the one.
I won't do that."
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
well, it's like I don't know yet. I still want to do it a little bit, but
like honestly, I was talking to
like once a week.
But you know,
like me and my brother, like honestly, that stuff gets so old. Cause me and my brother, like me and my older brother, man, we talk so much about some stupid shit sometimes, man. And I'm like, hey, bro,
I never did anything stupid.
You ever had sex with a girl and didn't remember? He was like, yeah, man, what's wrong? I was like, bro, I was just going through Facebook, saw some girl, didn't remember nothing about her until I saw her. You know what I mean? I was like, why have that sense of shit if you're not going to remember? Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, it's
pointless. Everybody goes through it. I mean, we young.
We dumb. You know what I mean?
You coming up, it's...
Exactly.
It's life. It's experience and experience helps us.
That's all I'm
saying. Experience helps us grow. And,
white people don't do that.
Learn from it. That's how y'all got so successful. But man, we are a little bit. We're about 20 minutes past the hour.
Yeah. We having fun though.
We having fun, man. It's been a great talk. Definitely appreciate our man Quandhino coming on the show.
No problem.
Sharing his experience with us. Make sure you go check
where's
him
the
out.
competition that you're going to be doing?
In Virginia.
I
think it's Hampton, Virginia.
Never mind. None of our listeners are going to go to Virginia to see.
And that's a drive. Plus with this COVID thing, boy.
Yeah, but I was thinking about competing in the one here. You know they have one here next month.
Next time the fire night was pretty cool.
They had my wife like, are you sure about that? Because I've seen some steroids people in Panama City. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You never know.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's what that's what my wife said. She was like, "Yo, you never know."
At that event too, they had like, dude, there were so many like divisions and stuff.
Yeah, they have a lot of divisions. When I read it the other day,
is anybody gonna show up not juice
in like 5 different divisions? But like because in this division they were looking at this thing, like this dude would win it.
Yeah.
And in this division, it'd be the same 3 dudes, but they were looking for a different thing.
Yeah.
And so he would.
Competitions like who's doing the judging? Mostly female judges or male judges?
I think
a lot of times.
But they did.
His tricep, whatever is poking, he's been working on that. You know what I'm saying?
Like, them type of people. You know what I mean? That's how people that's on there.
That makes sense. So,
you know what I mean?
Go ahead and drop the people your Instagram and your social media sites one more again, and I think we gonna
try to come up with a way to put it on the screen. But
the Instagram is Dino_fitness11. That's DINHO_fitness_11. Just 11, not the actual 11.
True.
And the YouTube is Quandhino. That's QUANDINHO. You can find me on there. I'm mostly active on those 2 platforms. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, I'll pop link to the YouTube channel in the chat for the show right here.
Appreciate it.
Y'all get on there and get y'all some fitness tips, man. Y'all can see him flex on there. We ain't gonna make a flex tonight. I'm popping out those shirts up in here, man. So y'all get on there and check them out.
I thought we was going to have a show
get you some inspiration.
By somebody live.
You know what I'm saying? He could have gone at the preview on like Virginia. Y'all don't know what y'all ready. So no, great show. Really appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. Anytime.
Tim, any last words for the people, good sir? Actually, you're supposed to ask me that.
Oh,
and you
see, now you done messed
I
up.
done messed up. We messed up the intro and outro. See, I talk too
We might
much.
as well I'm just like buttons. No, man. I really appreciate you coming on, man. I'm glad we finally got to do something with you, man. You seem like good people, and I just like having good people around.
Thank you. Same here.
So yeah, that's all I got to say. What about yourself, Ray?
I got nothing more, man. I'm talked out. Thank you. I love you guys as always. Appreciate you for tuning in.
God bless you.
Don't forget to go check out BetweenThievesApparel.com.
Yes. I do have that to say. Rep God.
You can see some of the shirts in the background in Dino's our pockets.
Hey, look, something. Don't need something, man. We're trying to get some new equipment. We're trying to move into the shop.
True that.
We're trying to entertain y'all though for real.
Absolutely.
But anyway, that's all I got, brother. Bro, wait.
Yeah.
Me and Tim could chop it up
I'm
later.
worn out too, so y'all do whatever y'all.
And if you do some bits and pieces of the show in the clip, some profound.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back into doing that more because
we need to find somebody. I know Corey tagged and said his sister could do it.
Oh, I didn't even see.
But he was like, she's not gonna do it gratis if you guys are paying. And I'm like,
no, I want somebody that just wants to like help out.